Good evening, Googlers. Welcome to GEG Amand's Tip Tuesday. My name is Georgina, and I am the GEG leader, and I'm joined by... And we're going to fix the sound. 1 second.
I've only got my meat on. I don't have that on.
So Tamina's joining us. Can you guys hear Tamina now?
I'll unmute this one. Oh? I've only got my meat on. I don't have that on.
No, mute that one, Tamina.
Can you guys hear Tamina now? I'll unmute this one. Hopefully that should be okay.
No, mute that one, Tamina, can you mute your YouTube video? 1 second, everybody. Okay, and then just click unmute on the Google Meet, and we are going to be good to go.
So sorry about that, people.
Woohoo! Actually, no, it's totally my bad because I still had my headset on. We were on Google Meet most of the afternoon, so I just forgot to remove the headset. So sorry about that, and thank you for your patience. So once again, welcome to GEG Amand's Tip Tuesday, and we do have the lovely
Tamina
joining us.
and the amazing Georgina.
And we are super excited for today's Tip Tuesday. It will be actually our final Tip Tuesday for this current academic year for 2019-20, but we do have some exciting announcements on what's coming up for GEG Amand this summer. So stay tuned over the next 30 minutes, and we will definitely be letting you know what is coming along. So I have shared along the agenda for you in the chat, so do go ahead if you would like to follow along. It's also, I'll share it one more time just in case because I don't see anybody has joined it yet. Please let me know if you guys can click on that. I should be able to see users start to join the deck once you guys are in. And welcome to our Googlers from around the globe as well as locally. So we have today joining us Tamina Ahmed from GEG Amand, Ahmed Katoum, so welcome. And we also have Stephanie joining us from GEG Ohio. And we also have Robin joining us from GEG SOFLA. Hi, Robin, welcome. And we also have Abdul. Abdul is joining us. Abdul, tell everybody what happened to you today. Super exciting. So I will let Abdul share the news in the chat before I announce it live, but he is joining us from Hayatu in Nigeria. So super exciting to be able to connect with Googlers from all around the globe. And so we have exciting news from obviously Abdul, and then also exciting news for the summer upcoming. So the first things that we want to do is just let you know what is coming up this summer from Google. So right away we have here what's new from Google for Education. So if you guys are not connected with Google for Education on Twitter yet, please make sure that you do that. Here is their Google for Education Twitter account, and we have linked that into today's agenda for you. You will see obviously they have loads of followers because they are such an important community that help us to grow locally here in Amman, Jordan, as well as across the EMEA region and globally. So do make sure you join them on Twitter. They have all of these amazing resources that they share regularly, and not just for educators but for stakeholders across education communities. And so what that means is if you're an education technology leader like myself, or you are supporting parent-student association or parent-teacher association communities, you can also share resources for families that they share here in Twitter. So do make sure that you join their Twitter account and follow all their leads. And what else do they have in store for us, Tamina?
Okay, so I know if anyone is interested in them, I believe they had an Education on Air talk today, but tomorrow they do actually have a Twitter chat going on, and that Twitter chat is going to be hosted by Dean and Kerry, I believe. They're both Google They both work for Google, but it should be a really good chat where you can kind of start thinking about what you're going to do over the summer, getting prepared for what we're doing next year. Stuff.
It's super exciting. Absolutely. So get on Twitter, guys. It's called Google EDU Chat. So we posted that here for you. So there's the chat, Google EDU Chat. And then we've also linked in Dean Stokes. So if Dean's watching now or after the fact, super shout out to him, who is the, let me just scroll here to get the exact title, Education Adoption Lead for EMEA. So basically our GEG reports to this awesome Googler, Dean. And literally, since he works for Google, and as well as Carrie, who is in the UK. So let me just go back and get her. Kiri, sorry, I apologize if she's watching and I didn't get the pronunciation correct. So Kiri Gooch is also a national accounts manager for Google for Education, and they both are supporting Grow with Google across the UK, as well as across the Middle East and Africa. So they're going to host this Google for Education chat, Google EDU chat, tomorrow evening, so 7 p.m. BST. And for the lovely Americans that are joining us from Ohio and Florida, we have a PT time and an ET time as well. So all the merrier, everyone is welcome. And for GEG and Manfolk, that would be 9 p.m. GMT +3. So definitely connect with those awesome Googlers on your Twitter accounts. Follow them, learn with them, grow with Google all together. I know I'm really excited to join tomorrow. The Google EDU chat, by the way, guys, is all about professional development. So I know that there are some really awesome, inspiring ed tech leaders from the UK, some who have already amazing podcasts. And there's one that's just been started by Googler Ben Roos. Hopefully I pronounced his name correctly as well. Looking at jobs and professional development. So I know we'll be chatting about that. I also recently read a book called Evolving Learner, all about how professional development is evolving into professional learning. So I'm looking forward to sharing that. So I hope you will all join Tamina and I as well tomorrow as we join Dean and Kiri and Googlers from around the world in that chat. So definitely connect with us there. And what's next, Tamina?
Don't know, I can't see it. Anyway.
So
is it distance education?
This is Teach from Home.
Okay, Teach from Home. I believe they've had an update with the resources. So I know when initially we started going into remote learning, they were a huge help in terms of how to help us guys out when we were like remote teaching, providing templates and resources. And I think they've had quite a few updates, especially because it's the summer. People are starting to finish their school years, be it remote or not remote. And so it's just an ideal time for us to start getting ready just for the new school year.
Absolutely. And to be fair to Mina, I think that was my point. So clearly Georgina needs to work on her hosting skills. So apologies to Tamina. But yeah, the Teach from Home Center is constantly being updated. So when you go into the Teach from Home Center, scroll down just a little and you'll have these 3 tabs where you can navigate between 4 teachers, 4 schools, and 4 families. And so now that we're coming into the summer months, I know that some schools are going to be reopening a little earlier this school year. So that could be like the middle of the summer. But whatever situation or scenario your school district or area or school is in, make sure that you take a look here, because there's always something for everybody. And so whether your students are home learning with their families, then the 4 families section would be applicable. If you're going back to school, then these 2 sections up here would be applicable. So take a look there. It's constantly being updated by Google. And then this one is definitely Tamina's, so we'll let her talk about that one.
Yay! Reimagining the first day of school. So essentially it's just a really good time to start thinking about what we're going to do. And instead of having only like, say, a week whilst we're still doing our jobs to get prepared, this is allowing us to kind of get ready, get on there, get registered. So I don't know about you guys, but I know I've registered because I'm a bit like, I need to make sure I get ready for it. And it's especially based towards UK curriculum schools, I believe. So sorry.
No, it's really...
If you're IB, I'm sure it's useful as well. I'm so sorry. I've never taught in an IB school. Please forgive me for that.
No, it is super awesome. And so basically, Georgina's internet is struggling to open the link that's embedded from Google. But basically, it's an Edu on Air webinar that is happening tomorrow evening. Don't quote me on the time until we have the internet has finished loading. But it will be, I think it's like 10 p.m. tomorrow. But click on the link if you're inside the agenda so that you can open it, and then you'll be able to register and follow along. But some, like Tamina said, really important tips and tricks from Google about, you know, when schools are thinking about what does that first day back look like in the era of distance learning or hybrid approach, then this will be super useful whether you're an educator, a parent, or an education leader. So definitely sign up and register for that. Again, just some really great things to keep you guys going with your professional learning to kickstart the summer. So I'm also taking a look at the chat, Tamina, and I see Stacy has joined us from Southern California. She says it's a little bit gloomy today. Maybe like, yeah, maybe like weather in the UK. Tamina, what do you think? Is that?
I think the UK, it's Scotland that's a little bit gloomy. I think there's sun for today.
Is there?
And yeah, in England, I think it's sunny. I'm so sad. I'm keeping up with weather forecasts in the middle of England. But
that is not sad at all.
It's sunny.
Yeah, I am always about the weather. This is really cool. And we also have Mohammed joining us from Pakistan. Tamina, I know you've met Mohammed before, so. And welcome also to, I'm still waiting for Abdul to share his exciting news. Abdul, I know you can hear me. You dropped that exciting news in the chat. I want you to tell the people first before I drop the news, right? Okay, so I'm waiting for you. Okay.
I'm like this close to saying it.
No,
just
we have
like,
to wait for...
Just say something.
We have to wait for Abdul. It's his news to share. Okay. So moving right along then, so as I was saying about Edu on Air, the link in 1D is literally the link to their Education on Air website. And so when you go in there, I'm just hesitant to keep opening links that may, oh, there we go. It's working now. Good. Oh, and back to the reimagining first day of school in the era of distance learning. It is 10 p.m. EST time. So that's our time here in Jordan Amman. And so you'd have to do a little bit of time zone calculations to get your own zone. But when you click on it, as long as you know your browser settings are updated for your region, then it will show the correct time for your region. So we're a day and 3 hours out. So that's the webinar. Tamina and I are both registered. We are excited to learn with Google always. Yeah.
Raise the roof.
Raising the roof. And then I just want to check. I see. Okay, there are 3 people. Good. Okay. Education on Air. So this is their website, guys, and basically Google for Education's website for EDU on Air. And if you just scroll down, it basically talks to global curriculum of webinars. So they always host super helpful webinars to help educators and, as I said before, different stakeholders. So if you scroll down, it'll give you links that you can click on to register for upcoming webinars. I scrolled down a little too fast. There you go, upcoming webinars. And you also have different links to see the programs for their ongoing series. So what I did link in there directly, so you'll also have in the agenda the Thrive in 5. And I know that this has been such a successful opportunity. So I know like Ahmed and Muhammad and Abdul, you guys are all getting started with G Suite for Education in your regions. This Thrive with 5 will be super helpful for any educators that are new to getting started with G Suite for Education. So when you click on that link, it will take you here to the Thrive with 5, and then it's basically twice every week. It's a 6-week product training series that it covers basically the beginner as well as the more advanced content for G Suite for Education tools to kickstart, and then also next level sessions for classroom. So this is a really, really great thing. I know Global GEG, shout out to them. Stephanie, if you want to drop their handle in the chat for anybody who's watching, definitely connect with all of the people that are currently in the chat and many more through Global GEG. So they just finished their or not finished, sorry. We have day 3, definitely not finished because I'm presenting on day 3. So sorry for that. We have another day 3 of the boot camp for Google Certified Educator Level 1. And so this is like Thrive with 5 is a super great addition to things like your boot camps, or for anybody who's just joining G Suite for the very first time to get them started, as well as for the more advanced. So we are coming up to the summer. Some of us have just started summer. Some of us will be starting summer soon. Across MIA and beyond. And so these links in point number 1 will help you to keep up with your own professional learning, as well as what's new with Google for Education over the summer. And I think Abdul has dropped his news, Tamina, because I see a lot of congrats going on. What do you think, Tamina? Shall we announce it?
He did. It said, congratulations to Abdul. He is now a GEG Lagos approved leader. It was amazing that he spoke about himself in third person.
Abdul, we are so happy for you, in case you cannot see. So Abdul is basically, just for everybody to know, because he's part of our EMEA region, he is totally rocking G Suite for Education in Nigeria right now. I have learned so much from this expert, right, Tamina? What did he say? He has a computer science background, right?
I know his sister is, but
I think also Abdul has a computer science background, because I learned so much from him. So Abdul, let us know what your background is, but it's been absolutely phenomenal learning from you. And we are so excited that you are now a GEG leader to help grow your community in Lagos. Did I say that correctly? Lagos or Lagos? Tamina says she doesn't know. Okay, apologies, Abdul, if I didn't say it correctly, but you will let us know soon. Okay, so hopefully it's Lagos, GEG Lagos in Nigeria. So way to go. And we're excited that we can share that to celebrate you here in GEG Man. Oh, Dana's joining us as well. Hi, Dana. Dana, I don't remember, sorry, which area of America you're joining from, but welcome, and we're so happy to see you as well. Okay, so without further ado, part 2 of today's Tip Tuesday is going out to Tamina, our Learn Captain, and I have embedded inside the slide deck all of information if you'd like to connect with Tamina on YouTube, as well as her LinkedIn account, and then of course on Twitter, because she's super excited about sharing all things math on her Twitter account, so you can connect with her there, as well as Google, right, Tamina?
Yeah, of course. Google first, maths second, even though I was a maths teacher before Google.
It's all good. It is all towards bettering education, and that's what we're all about. So that's awesome. Dana says she's from Nevada. Yay! I would never have guessed that, so I'm glad you just shared that with us in the chat. Thank you.
All I know is Ocean's 11. I'm so sorry.
Oh, it's true. The movie connection. Yeah. I hadn't thought about that. Tamina's awesome. She's always pulling connections for everything. She's brilliant. Connect with this woman. Okay, so let's get her started. She's going to share her screen now and talk to us about all things Edpuzzle. Well, not all things, because it's just going to be an intro since today's... Sorry?
A little bit of a beginning more than anything else.
Yeah, just an intro to what it is and getting started. Okay, you're set, Tamina. Off you go.
Awesome. Okay, so in regards to Edpuzzle, obviously my school year has finished, so I was thinking, what else can I do to improve what I'm doing? So I was starting to look into Edpuzzle because they have so many amazing PD courses. Should I start with that? Maybe I should start with that. I don't know if you want to go into PD courses, but they have such a big variety. So you can otherwise just look at Edpuzzle itself, which is level 1, level 2 coach, flip learning, and the way they're using it all within that. But then they do also just go into like Google Tools as well. So if you are thinking level 1 Google certification, the Google Tools is actually quite useful as well. I kind of found that they complemented each other, but that's just me. But there's a whole range of professional development courses that you can look at there. But looking at Edpuzzle, so Edpuzzle is just essentially, I think it's just bringing gamification into your classrooms by allowing you to ask questions, make sure you have that interaction between the actual video, be this on YouTube. So if you have like Khan Academy Crash Course, amazing Crash Course, They don't have any maths crash course though, so a little bit sad about that. Or I've also been looking at Corbett Maths and just breaking stuff down. So if you do have Edpuzzle, you can just search for content within there. So your own content, if you start, is only about 20 videos. But after 20, the only way to get more space is you click on refer to earn space. So if you are thinking about Edpuzzle for your school, I would personally recommend one person get the Edpuzzle and then start referring it to other users. That way your library will be much larger within your school. So for me, I was at ICS, so that's my ICS community. You also have curriculum, which is videos that they've already made. This is based on a US curriculum, so they'll have middle school, high school, elementary, I believe. And then within that, you'll see the curriculum that's relevant to that. So if I went to high school, then I'd start seeing like 3D trigonometry, something like that. Sorry, math person. I would attempt English or something else, great at that subject. But then you have home, which would actually link you to a number of videos that people have already made. You'll also notice that there's a number of videos. Oh, this is Arabic. Oh, that's quite fun, isn't it?
That's so cool.
But I know, it's cool. I'm not even going to try pronouncing that. I'm sure Ahmed in the chat will be able to pronounce it so much better than me. But I know if you click on videos, sometimes you'll only see the one video, but sometimes you will also see a range of videos for other people that may have already amended it. And so they've already got the work done, so you don't have to worry about it. So this one video has 18 other versions. So that means there are 18 other people that have already made these videos with 9 questions or 8 questions. So it just means that you get to utilize someone else's things as well, because you're all just collaborating in one big community. And then you can just click on edit, copy, assign, or share. So if you edit, that's you making your own copy, and then you're able to cut it, you're able to add more questions. So when I'm looking at these ones where it all says 9999, it looks like they just copied. But when you look at the 8, it looks like the person edited, and then all they did was otherwise remove a question, or they may have cut part of the video out. Assign is a good one. Unfortunately, I'm not connected to Google Classroom at the moment. So when you have my classes, this is the great thing about Edpuzzle. You can connect it directly to your classroom. So when you say add new class, you can otherwise say create new class, which can be a completely open class like I've got here. I felt like calling my class Einstein because I can. And it says invite students, and then you would have a code. So this is for people that don't have an Edpuzzle account or a Google account. But if you do already have G Suite for Education, when you add a new class, you can just click on Google Classroom and it will tell you to log in. Oops, what happened to it? It tells you to log in, and it will tell you to sign in, and then you just have to sign in with your actual G Suite account, and it will actually allow you to pull in your own classes. My account isn't active, otherwise I might have tried that. But when
we'll
you
just,
do that,
we'll just share with the people, Tamina. So the reason Tamina is actually moving back to the UK, we will miss Tamina very much very soon. We love you, Tamina. So Tamina is returning to her homeland with her family and this summer, and so that's why her school account is not connected as of a couple days, because she's moving. So yeah, congratulations to Tamina, who is on her next epic adventure. Where are you going, Tamina? Where's homeland?
UK.
Woohoo!
I know a lot of you are going to say, why are you going from a low risk country to a high risk country? My family's there. That's the only reason why.
Oh, you mean with COVID? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
I wasn't going to say that because YouTube starts doing stuff if you mention certain words.
Okay, so I will not mention that word again. However, Tamina is moving soon, and so that's why she is not connected. Anyway, regardless of that, Tamina, this is super exciting that they have this integration, and I can actually attest to that and say that they did not have that integration when they first started, when Edpuzzle first came out a couple of years ago, and so it's made leaps and bounds with their strides for making use of their EdTech tool more meaningful meaningful in the classroom. So yeah, go ahead, Tamina.
All good. Okay, and the great thing about Edpuzzle, if you are amending your own account, so this is Corbett Maths. If anyone is a maths teacher, you will know that Corbett Maths always has this little startup at the beginning where it kind of shows a beach. So you might not want to show the beach. So what you just do is you use these white lines within the actual bar, and then you can just cut off the beginning, cut off the end, whatever you don't want to teach, you can just literally cut it off. And in the same token, you can start adding cuts as well when it stops. But when you add a cut, I don't know what it's doing, it worked for me like half an hour ago. But when you add a cut, it will literally come up with this black line that has two white lines next to it. And all you have to do is just extend the white line. And when you extend that white line, it will cut out that portion of the video. So that just makes it very, very useful. You do also have questions and voiceover, because I was preparing for this before. I had both an open-ended question where it said, what is the definition that you've noted down for each of these angle rules? That's just for me as a maths teacher to see if the students have gained the understanding, and I want to see what they've done with their literacy. So I get to look at their answers later, mark them, and check to see what they've done. But you also have multiple choice questions, which are those really quick diagnostic questions that you can just give students. And then you can kind of otherwise make an impression to see where they may have gone wrong. And they also get that instant feedback to tell them whether it's incorrect or correct. So you have those. This last option, I wasn't going to try it out because otherwise I over talk or I under talk, but you do have an option to do a voiceover. But the only thing about the voiceover is you can't just do little sections of a voiceover over particular parts. You would have to do the entirety of the video. So you can see this video says 9 minutes 54. So you'd have to do a 9-minute 54 talk. And then you would just stop recording, and then that voiceover would be over your video. I believe that's something they're currently working on. But at this moment in time, Edpuzzle would require you to do the entire voiceover. Does that make sense? Hopefully that makes sense. I'm so used to feedback. Sorry about this. But the last thing I want to add is you can also get a Edpuzzle extension from Google. I believe we put those in the slides. So if you just click on that link, and then it will just allow you to have that there. And then if you do have that extension, you will notice that you also have Edit with Edpuzzle. And when you click on that, that's when it will open up a new window for you. Let's just mute the site just in case it starts talking. You just see that same editing window. There you go, loading video. So it tells you can cut, you can do the voiceover and the questions. It just makes it so much easier to use. And at the end of the day, if some fabulous teacher has already thought of all these great ways of showing kids how to do stuff, all we need to do is just amend it a little, and then we can get our lessons done, hopefully.
I absolutely love that. I love how the Edpuzzle tool, it will enable us to make a more meaningful way of providing, not just providing content, but allowing students to interact with the content. And so I think it's going to be super powerful. So thank you so much, Tamina, for sharing that with us. I am now just going to pull your screen in a little bit so we can see the rest of the slide deck. So stand by for that. There we go. Tamina is now shrunk a little bit, just in the YouTube view list though, just a little bit. There we go. Okay, great. All right, so Tamina, thank you for sharing that with us. And as we were saying before, super important that teachers are able to adapt and make it more personalized for them in the classroom. And so being able to take already created content and adapting it for your learners, as well as creating new content that's also super meaningful for your learners, is such a great tool to have. So I know that was just a quick overview of Edpuzzle, since Tip Tuesday is just 30 minutes, but hopefully it inspires you and motivates you to take a look at some of the courses. So if you click on the link, I'm going to drop the agenda as well. Welcome to Jared from South Carolina. So I'll drop the link in there if others would like to join us. If you click on Tamina's promo card, it will take you to this slide deck here, and she has embedded inside the images different areas of the Edpuzzle website where you can go to learn how to use those tools in your classroom. So you can do some self-study, some self-professional learning over your summer courses. And then there's the link to the extension, as she said as well. And Tamina has also popped in there a Google form in the feedback stars link on her slide deck. So if you guys could kindly give her some feedback on her delivery today, she would super appreciate that. Right, Tamina? Do you want to say anything about that?
Please be kind. No, I appreciate any kind of feedback. At the end of the day, any kind of feedback is going to help make me better. And if I'm better, then I can try and help everyone else be better as well. At the end of the day, that's the goal. Let's all become a better community.
Tamina is super awesome, and shout out to Tamina because Tamina is going to be applying to become a Google certified trainer, just like many of us on the chat today. Congratulations, Tamina, for taking the leap to make yourself a better educator and to share all of your amazing expertise with your community, because as far as I'm concerned, you are a rocking educator, and we are so lucky to have your leadership here at GEGMN. So thank you so much for sharing that with us today. And like Tamina said, we do appreciate if you could give her some feedback that will help her on her Google certified trainer journey. So thank you in advance. And I dropped the Google form link in the chat as well as it is in the slide deck. So thank you very much, Tamina, for sharing that. And also we have listed some other links of YouTube playlists for tutorials for Edpuzzle. So if you do want to go on that journey, we've also embedded some more in there on how to use Edpuzzle in remote learning as well as when you're in the classroom. So take a look at those playlists there as well. Thank you to Tamina for dropping those. And finally, as we come to the close for GEGMN's Tip Tuesday, oh, Tamina, we need to tell you that people are giving you shout outs in the chat. That is such a good reason to pause. So Tamina Stacy says, thank you so much for your wonderful resources. And Muhammad and Ahmed say thank you as well. Abdul has a massive shout out. I think there's got to be at least a dozen exclamation marks on Abdul's shout out, Tamina. So
I think that's kind of happiness because of GEG Lagos happening as well, and now we're all just sharing in the joy. It's all good.
It's like a GEG party. It's so cool. Which brings me to another point. Stephanie's on the call. The global GEG launch is also happening this Friday. Stephanie, I have to say Friday because in our time zone, it is going to be happening at 1 a.m. in Amman time zone, GMT +3. I think Tamina might watch the afterplay. I will be there live, don't worry. I'm crazy googly like that. And for people in the UK, that would be 11 p.m. on Thursday evening. So just make sure you check that out. Stephanie, if you're still on the call, feel free to drop the link if anybody would like to join that global GEG launch party. And yes, Tamina's right. We absolutely having our own party here as well, celebrating all of the awesome Googlers that are achieving amazing things in education. So thank you for that. Stacy says, shout out, congratulations as well to you, Tamina. Great job. And Jared is saying hi from South Carolina, Tamina, as well. So that's great. Okay, so the last couple things before we wrap up today, guys, what is happening to Tip Tuesday? So first of all, if you're in the agenda, GEGMN is linked with the Twitter handle, so you can follow us there. And we also have What's New with GEG. There is our YouTube channel if you would like to follow it. And here we have Catch Tip Tuesday replays. So this is episode number 16. We have had 16 successful back-to-back episodes since the beginning of distance learning in the middle of March. Where we have shared, actually we took a week off in Eid, didn't we, Tamina, during Ramadan? I think we had 1 week off, but we have had, this is our 16th episode, so we really would like to give a shout out to everybody who has supported Tip Tuesday and joined in the chat to learn with us and share your achievements in using these amazing tools so that we can all grow together regionally and globally as well. So thank you for being part of our Tip Tuesday journey. And we have linked in there into the slide deck the Tip Tuesday replay. So if you'd like to check that playlist out, it will take you directly there. So what does that mean? If today, Tamina, is the last Tip Tuesday for the school year, are we going to be restarting Tip Tuesday again for the next school year?
That was a really good call, and then I was like, oh no, I need to flow in, and then I didn't. I'm so sorry. No, it's all good. It's summer Saturdays, so it's basically just going back to basics on all our Google G Suite tools. So just refreshing any kind of knowledge you may already have. If you're feeling a little bit nervous about starting on any of them, then it's just a great opportunity. And because it is GEG Oman, we're going to do both English as well as Arabic to make sure that we support our community.
That's awesome. So yes, every Saturday you can tune in. We will have more information, obviously, so that's why it's not linked in. We actually, didn't we, Tamina? We just had our leaders meeting yesterday. Was it yesterday or the day before? Yesterday, I think.
Yesterday.
So we just all decided together as a team that we were going to do this. So you will have promo details and more information about Summer Saturdays. But basically it will be a 6-week event that will start not this weekend, but the weekend after, taking you through the first 6 weeks of summer. So the first one being July 4th all the way through till the 16th of August. And we will do, it's kind of like Tip Tuesday. It's a 30-minute session, but it's going to be just back to basics. So those intros into each of the different G Suite for Education core applications. And like Tamina said, there'll be an English episode and an Arabic back-to-back. So English will start from 3 to 3:30 on Saturday afternoon. And the Arabic will run from 4 to 4:30 on Saturday afternoon. And those times are GMT +3 for Jordan. So you'll just need to convert those. But don't worry, as usual, we will promote all of the events on social media so you can follow. And then we will be kickstarting Tip Tuesday Season 2. I'm doing my peace signs there, Tamina. Season 2. Tamina's doing her thing. So we're going to start Season 2 of Tip Tuesday in the middle of August. Tamina's laughing at me, but that is okay. It's all good. I'm excited about being Googly.
Laughing with you. Laughing with you.
We're good?
Laughing with you. It's always with you.
And I see in the chat that Stacy has given a shout out to Summer Saturday, so that's nice. So if you're new to Google, come out. And if you're not new to Google, come out anyway, because I want to tell you that after 7 years with Google for Education, it doesn't matter if it's a beginner, an intermediate, or an advanced course. There is at least one thing that I learn on every event that I attend, a webinar, training session, Tip Tuesday, whatever it is. And I'm 7 years into Google and I'm still learning something new every time, regardless of whether it's beginner, intermediate, or advanced. So come on out if you want, and please do share GEG Oman out with your communities, because you may have educators that are new to G Suite for Education who can definitely benefit from this Back to Basics course over the summer. So absolutely share that out. If you have the slide deck, you'll find Tip Tuesdays linked into the Google Classroom app, and then GEG Oman registration form is linked into our GEG Oman logo. So you have everything you need there in one slide deck. So I'm just going to take one last look into the chat. Did you want to give a shout out to anybody, Tamina? Maybe you want to say hi. I know your mom's tuning in from the UK. Maybe you want to say hi to her.
Is my mom watching? Assalamualaikum, Amir. How are you? I don't think my mom's watching, but if she is,
she will be watching, because we're going to send Tamina's mom the link for today's show. And so thank you for giving her a shout out. Is there anyone else you'd like to shout out, Tamina?
I would just say a great shout out to GEG Global and all the community members within GEG. I've got to say, it's such a beautiful community. Like just such a nice collaboration of people where we all just come together in order to kind of grow together. It's amazing. Okay.
I totally agree with that. And I have dropped in the global GEG sign up sheet in the chat. And so if you would like to click on that, you'll be able to sign up for all of the different events there as well, including the launch party, as I said, that is happening on Friday. So take a look there. And oh, that's so sweet. Thank you, Jared. Tamina, Jared's saying hi to your mom. We are totally sending the link to your mom now. Yep, absolutely. I think that's it. I'm just having a quick scan through the chat. If you have any questions for Tamina or for anything related to anything shared today, please drop it in the chat so we can know. Robin says that she's excited about another language. Robin, are you excited about Arabic? Are you going to come learn Arabic with us? That is cool.
I think she was talking about time zones because it says GMT +3.
Oh, I was all excited, but that's cool. Robin is a superstar. She keeps me grounded across my Google and Adobe platform. So big shout out to her. All right, so that brings us to a wrap for GEG Amman's Tip Tuesday, guys. Thank you for being such an amazing and incredibly inspiring part of our first season. I'm so proud of this community, and I'm so honored to join and share with all of you that are joining. Thank you once again for everything you're doing as educators and or parents through distance learning and beyond. If you are currently already in your summer holidays, then we hope you are enjoying, and thank you for taking time out of that holiday to join us today. And if your summer vacation is coming up soon, then we do wish you and everybody a relaxing, restful, and enjoyable summer holiday, whether that be in your local region or abroad, depending on the situation globally. So thank you once again for joining. We look forward to seeing you on the webinar for the end of the month, which is next Tuesday. So next Tuesday just happens to be the last day of the month of June, and so we will be having a very special episode of the monthly webinar series, so which is linked in here to the What's New, so you can follow along there. It will take you to the YouTube that is waiting to air in 6 days time from now. So join us for G Suite updates. That is going to continue at the end of every month, and so it is next Tuesday at 6:30 p.m. GMT +3. And we will also be sharing some special announcements for our GEG team members and some extra PD or PL, as you might say, professional learning, to keep you going also through the summer holidays. So we look forward to seeing you next Tuesday. And if you will be joining our Back to Basics, then the following Saturday on the 4th of July. So thank you so much for joining today, guys, and being part of Tip Tuesday. And we look forward to seeing you next week. Stay safe, stay healthy, and thanks again. Take care.